nice crew he's assembled, but they're still trying to learn how to play with each other. 16 players, 12 newcomers, only 4 returners at the point guard position. A number of new starters for the Yellow Jackets this afternoon as they shake up the lineup. Tristan Maxwell drills a three-pointer to get things going. Rodney Howard. And, John, what are the keys today for these two clubs?
I think for Alabama State, tempo. And for Georgia Tech, it's all about the energy and effort coming off the exam week.
Tristan Maxwell already 2 for 2 from 3. That three-pointer swirls home for Amar Knock. Pretty good turnaround for the former Memphis Tiger. College teammates of Penny Hardaway. Tristan Maxwell is on fire right now. He had just 17 points in the first 8 games he played this year. Jalen Moore rising up. He works through the contact, floats it in. He'll go to the line for one more. Eric Coleman, all he could.
And Moore, that's him. He's got bounce, the strength, absorbs the contact, playing great basketball since entering the starting lineup 5 games ago, along with Kelly. Working the Southeast, and Coach Madlock during his time in Auburn and Ole Miss. Also interviewed with Coach Pastor when Pastor was at Memphis, so they're very familiar with each other.
We saw Kyle Sturdivant hit a 3 earlier. He's got 2 rebounds and 2 assists already today. And that's really what Georgia Tech needs from him, is be a good quarterback and avoid plays like that. TJ Madlock lays it in. A few other guys in the mix. In fact, if you take Miles Kelly and Debo Coleman out of the mix, the rest of the team shooting below 30% from 3. Miles Kelly gets a good look. Loose ball, corralled by Knox. Nice feed ahead to Isaiah Range, who's off the glass and in. Georgia Tech in the first 5 minutes has come out playing sharp. Maxwell, another 3. You bet! He can't miss, and gives us a glance towards the Hornet bench.
Maxwell gives that hard stare to Coach Madlock. You don't need to, bat the nest, so to speak. The Hornets will come flying. Madlock will coach these guys up. They're going to play hard.
Yellow Jackets the other way. Kelly lets it fly. Short. And corralled by Madlock. He'll step on the gas. Weaves around Kelly. Alex Anderson with the left. Spins. Teardrop. Oh, nice move.
The next 8 or 9 games defensively, they're holding opponents in the low 70s, so you see improvement.
And Lance Terry, he continues the trend. And Roland McCoy making his first appearance today for Alabama State. Davon Smith, how good is that ankle? Looked fine there.
We're on the floor.
Talk about defense turning into offense.
Yeah, the wing defense in the zone.
Well, and that's the other piece for this Georgia Tech team, John, is do they need to shoot the 3 better? Absolutely. But they could do themselves a big favor if they can get out and run more often. Great entry pass and the jam. He might be the best rim protector on this team.
So Mecca steps up to the challenge. He bit the fake on the last possession, stayed in the game on that one, and 6 years on the bench with Tony during his time at Auburn. And also back to UTEP. They won 22 games a season over 4 years.
That's one way to make it work. If you're going to work long hours, you get a wife in the same profession, right?
That does not hurt at all right there. So they speak the same language.
And Kyle Sturdivant.
15 on the shot clock. Hornets back into their zone. So giving different looks, keeping the Jackets off balance. Coach Matlock switching up.
Howard lays it in softly with the left. Georgia Tech now +5 in that category. Sturdivant has it blocked. Moore, the putback, yes. Jalen Moore on both ends cleaning up the glass. It's McCoy. Here come the Hornets to Isaiah Range. He's trapped in the corner. And a turnover. Jalen Moore can fly. And a little swirl and scoop-de-doo. And Jalen Moore just wins it back. Rodney Howard cashes in the second chance points. For a group that was coming off final exams and a disappointing loss against North Carolina, this has been a nice job of answering the bell. Being down 2 of the regular starters, and Rodney Howard, a little high-low game that time. Now a 17-0 run for Georgia Tech. Alabama State's missed their last 7 shots until that make from Eric Coleman. They still find a way to create opportunities in the lane. Sturdivant lets it fly. He drills it.
and 9 threes in a game, which they had at Carolina, and the losing effort was the season high. So might see a season high today if they keep shooting from beyond the arc.
And Lance Terry worked through the contact. 50 points in the first half. Sturdivant bothered from behind. Maxwell, another triple. Yes, dead on. Jordan Mecca with the rebound. Terry elevates it, drops one. So Alabama State with possession. Rodney Howard pressing Matalock up near the timeline. Left some space open down underneath, and Dwayne Posey. They're starting 5 from the first half out. Rodney Howard and Kyle Sturdivant, the seniors who have been coming off the bench the last 5-6 games. All of a sudden a chance today, and they have responded. Rodney Howard with a two-hand jam on his end. Range. Oh, what a move, Isaiah Range. Shoved into the corner. Tristan Maxwell. 22 points against Boston College. I mean, I don't want to say single-handedly winning that game, but that was a huge performance, and for a team that won just 5 ACC games last year. Got the bounce.
He's coming into this one from beyond the arc, so he's a very good shooter on Matlock's roster.
And Kyle Sturdivant strokes it home.
And they're combined 8 of 17 from the floor. They're playing at a high level, you know, in a losing effort, but you got to build on the positives if you're Coach Matlock.
And Jalen Moore.
He knows his limitations. Very rarely does he take a bad shot. Doesn't force early contested threes. He's under control.
Anderson pestered by Maxwell. Gets a step and stuffed by Jordan Mecca. Alley-oop. Yes! Jalen Moore with a roar to the baseline crowd.
He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 NBA players on that roster. You're talking about John Barry. Always great to compete against, you know, a guy you once went to war with as a player and a coach.
And Debo Coleman. That's Grind City right there.
Yeah, Tony's going to do great on the recruiting trails up there. There's not a gym he goes into in that metro area. He's recruited it for years and was obviously a dominant player collegiately and at the high school level.
Alex Anderson with the jumper, and now Lance Terry's. No, they're getting some good production in the second half, too, from Isaiah Range. He had just 2 points in the first half, 9 here in the second. Debo Coleman continuing to work. Jordan Mecca, second chance points. Getting in transition. 20 points this afternoon in the fast break.
Yeah, 9 Jackets have seen the court, and all 9 have scored now with that Mecca, too.
You know, one other thing it does do, it does build some camaraderie among the team when you're spending that many nights away from home. You've gone to California, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Jordan Mecca, another bucket from point blank.
That's a lot of practice. That's a lot of two-a-days. That's a lot of time together. And he said not once did he have a day over those 20 days where they weren't getting along and getting better and having fun with it. Reclassified to the 2022 class. Miles Kelly gets an easy 2. Currently active in the NBA, have played in the G League. That's 47% of the league. So it's really turned into a true farm system.
So Coleman curling in. Martinov becomes the 10th Yellow Jacket to score today.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that sophomore class that Tech has, ranked top 30 in the country. And that's right where you want to be. The platform to play on. And now with the, the NIL, no better market to be than Atlanta.
Martinov has it ripped away, and Alex Anderson with the jam. Because there's some easy points to be had if you can get in transition and score. But Georgia Tech with 21 fast break points today. Rodney Howard's got the double-double now. A career-high 8 rebounds and career-high 7 assists.
Stepped up to the challenge and the opportunity presented, and he's still building on it, Wiley. He's not done yet.
No, he's not.
Getting it in.
He most certainly did. A season-high 13 points for Sturdivant this afternoon, and now the walk-ons will sub in for Georgia Tech. Smooth shot from Roland McCoy.
And for Georgia Tech, they've got some depth. They've got experience coming off the bench. Coleman, Kelly, and Moore are 1, 2, and 3 in the scoring column.
Good finish from Roland McCoy here. He's put up a quick 5 points in the final 2 minutes. And the three-pointer is good.
I think with this roster, like Sturdivant and Howard, great minutes today, and it's not really about who starts the game. You get into ACC play, it's who finishes the game.
Final second and a half here, one more baseline inbounds.
And the Hornets, they played Tech to a one-point game in the second half.
They did.
So that's the bright spot for Tony Madlock.